You're tuned into the Seed Group podcast. We're here to inform your mind and expand your horizons for a better life. I'm Carla. I'm a vocalist.
Hi, my name is Rochelle. I play the saxophone.
I'm Norman. I'm a keyboard player.
Albert Anderson, guitarist. And if you want to see any of us, you can come to South Lawn United Methodist Church, 8605 South Craig Gear, Sunday morning. Or if you need our services, call 708-351-0333. Hey, welcome to the Seed Group podcast. Today we're going to talk about some personal stuff. These are some questions we got from some other listeners from Facebook and from our podcast. And if you have some other questions, just when you subscribe, give us a question.
And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and give us some things that, some questions that you'd like to know. So as we move on, with this, we have these questions we're going to ask each other, and we're going to start off since Norman was just so anxious to do this.
Norman. We're going to ask that. Oh, you got to ask me that.
What planet are you living on? We're going to have Marcus ask Norman the first question.
All right. Hello, Seed Group listeners.
You will pay for that.
Chocolate, I hope.
Oh, yeah. At least 20 pieces.
Maybe 20 pieces of chocolate, but you don't want to really know what it is.
That is not right.
I'm sorry, Mike.
I'm sorry,
What were you saying?
go ahead.
All right. So, first question is, Norman, who has been the greatest influence on you musically?
No dead silence. Answer the
The
question.
greatest influence
Keep
on
working
me
on
musically. Let's see. I guess Andre Crouch.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I had a group, and at first we called ourselves Kwanzaa, meaning the first fruits. And we sang a lot of his songs that I really liked, and so it was a big influence on me.
Oh, my man, my guy. Oh, yes, thank you. Okay.
For those of you who don't know, she has an infatuation. Probably you might even call it a love fest for Andre Crouch.
Yeah, and when he was alive, I let's just say the restraining order made sure that I stayed at least 20 feet away from him. But other than that, we were cool.
Didn't stop though.
Now, is there a moment where a song of his, the turning point where you're like, oh, this is the guy? Like, is there a moment that's attached to that?
I don't remember any moments, but it's just some of his songs. Like one of his songs, it was called "Tell Them."
Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
Yeah, it was real nice. It was smooth.
Yes.
And the harmony was intricate. That's what I liked about it.
Yes.
His harmony was intricate and it was soft. There wasn't like screaming at you or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it gave you a chance to have more of a thought about the song itself while you're sitting there enjoying it.
So he told a good story, or was it his voice
The
inflections?
lyrics were amazing.
It was all that. It was. I liked the lyrics in that it made you think with the songs. You just didn't listen to it and say, "Hey, that's a good song." What was it talking about? I don't know.
Yeah.
The song was
Yeah,
it was a good song.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, but it brought you into the song.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't help but as you're listening to it, visualize whatever the song is talking about. And I think that was through just about his whole career.
Yeah. Including his last album. Yeah.
Is there a person that you can kind of compare him to popularity-wise? Like, not really lyric-wise, but like Andre Crouch was this of his time.
You know what? You really can't say that, but he actually was. If Thomas Dorsey was the father of gospel music, then Andre Crouch was the son of it. Okay. That's basically it. Because a lot of artists, they kind of can tell you, a lot of gospel artists can kind of tell you that he was a great influence on them. Like, even in his funeral, basically, all the songs that were won was his.
Wow, that's nice.
And every Sunday around the world, somebody in some hymn book, at least one of his songs is in there. So he is like just prolific. There'll never be another one like him.
It's kind of like Walter Hawkins. Too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Again, listen to some Walter Hawkins song. You say, "Oh yeah, I just love that song." And then there comes another one. Oh yeah, I just love that
Yeah.
song. Right. And then another one, and you listen to it about an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
One song right after another.
Yes.
But yet different, and that's another thing. They're all different, but so it's not like there's just a pattern. You can hear the first two notes and you say, "Oh yeah, that's Walter Hawkins or that's Andre
Yes,
Crouch."
Andre Crouch. Yeah.
That's what I admire about him too.
And one of the fascinating things about him is he's one of the first to really, I think, and listeners, let me know if I'm wrong about this, but to bring in a mix of classical and gospel music. And he basically put a lot of genres into his music. I mean, there was country, there was classical, there was gospel, there was pop. I mean, it was a lot of stuff going on. So, I've been loving him since I was a kid.
So is that the person? Does that answer your first question? If that was your first question?
Nope, because everybody's questions are different. So now it's time. Norman, ask your question to Albert.
Okay, Sir Albert.
Okay.
If you could have any piece of music memorabilia, what would it be and why?
What would it be and why? You caught me with that question. That's a good question.
Because I think I wound up messing up. But that's okay. Keep it going. Let's keep it rolling.
We're doing great. Music memorabilia. I had to think about that because there's so many things I really like. The biggest thing I would love to have is maybe one of Elvis Presley's guitars.
Oh, wow.
The
Okay.
only reason for that because that was the first influence on me, music.
Okay.
Besides all the blues I listened to when I was a kid.
That would be, okay. Man, that would be worth, okay. Okay, well, even though this is not a question, let me ask you, what is the ceiling? If you had X amount of money, what is the ceiling that you would go to get that guitar? And what is the cutoff point?
There's no ceiling.
I like you.
There's no ceiling. If I have any amount of money, there's no ceiling.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
It's worth it.
Okay. Well, do you have a question for me?
For you, what is your favorite group or musician?
Well, see,
You already
he
talked
already
about it.
answered it. He already did it. I think people are gonna say groups, but you already did it. I mean, what can I say? Like I said, the restraining order is probably still in place. So,
Andre Crouch again, huh?
yep, that is my guy. I mean, from start to finish, that is my guy. And I mean, going to concerts and all that kind of stuff. Just, one time I was on the second row of a concert, and I was like, oh, he'll notice me. He'll see me and pull me up on stage. Didn't happen. But anywho, well, actually, I got a chance to talk to him once. I was so tongue-tied, it just didn't work out. But that's okay. That's another time. Another story for another time.
I told you this stuff was going to get personal.
Well, I have a question while we're waiting for Marcus. I have a question for Norman again.
Hot dog.
And his question is, my question to Norman is, what is the last song you listened to? Recently. Okay, like on the way here. On the way here, what is the last song you listened to?
I listened to it too. I don't know what you were. I don't know. The radio was missing.
Okay.
Was the radio even on?
Yes,
The radio was on.
Yes, the radio was on.
And it was a gospel song too.
It was a gospel song. And it wasn't Andre Crouch, because I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
So just to let you know.
That's what impact it had.
Okay.
Okay, it had no impact.
None.
So do you have another question?
Ask me one
Well,
more.
since I can escape that one, and
You
move on.
escaped that one.
What you got for me, Norman?
Albert, is there any famous song out there that you wish you had written?
All of them. Which famous song do I wish I had written?
Yes.
Let me think. I can't think of one of those.
Yeah. That's
I
kind of,
had to think about that because I really
you're not
never
really.
thought about, I'm having a problem writing my own stuff now, trying to release a CD.
Uh-huh.
Not really.
there's
Not really.
there's a movie I want to see coming out called Yesterday, and it's about a
By the
guy.
Beatles?
Yeah, well, basically, this is what happens. This guy, I don't know. He wakes up, I don't know, through coma or what. I have no idea because I just saw the trailer. And he wakes up, and basically, the world has never heard of the Beatles.
Oh my
And
God.
so he becomes a famous superstar by singing Beatles songs.
Right.
Oh,
And-
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And that's because I mean, think about it. If you wound up in someplace that never heard of, say, your favorite artist, and they have literally a library of songs, you're like, okay, what? Okay,
Jimi
let's see.
Hendrix.
Yeah, like Jimi Hendrix. I mean, okay, you're a superstar. How do you? Oh, I've come up with this song on the fly. Oh, wow,
Right.
he's a genius. She's a genius, y'all.
I was Michael Jackson, but I can't do the moves.
Right. Yeah, I like light stuff too.
And I can't even whatever how he
Oh, that
does
was actually not bad though.
it.
I mean, it was kind of like a hawk coming down on another bird, but that's okay.
That's closer to what he does.
Oh man. So
Oh Lord. I
what?
was gonna ask you this, Carl, but it's no sense asking because I know what you're gonna say.
No, I want to hear it. Go ahead.
What famous musician would you invite to dinner, live or dead, and why?
Okay. Yes. You all.
Here we
Okay.
go again.
You all in
Yeah.
podcast land already know the answer. Yes, it would be Andre Crouch. Okay. So
Never would believe it, would you?
No.
And like I said, he might know, and he would against restraining order. He would have to stay 20 feet away. I'm just joking, but okay. I have a question, and okay, this is gonna you're gonna have to think about this.
Yeah, no. I'm
Okay, so if you could use any song as your ringtone, what would it be aside from the ringtone you already have?
Oh,
Any song for ringtone.
Yes, what would it be?
that's easy.
Song flash through my head. I mean, like Come Together, the Beatles.
Oh, that would be
That's a
good.
good one.
That would be a good one.
We
Okay.
played that for the NAACP. Not too long ago.
Yeah. Yep. That was good. Yeah.
That was
So
fun.
we got to do. If we ever get the rights to play it, that would be good. So to play it on air rather.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But yeah. Okay.
It's hard to put it down to one. 'Cause, I mean, there's so many of
There's
them.
a lot.
And you think about them for all different occasions.
Yeah.
So what
Okay.
I'd probably do is do a different song for every single person on there.
Right.
Okay. What would be Albert's songs? Put you on the spot.
What's that?
Well, what would your ringtone be for Albert?
For me?
Yeah. What would Norman's ringtone be for you?
Purple Haze.
Purple Haze. Okay, that's actually good.
What would you say?
Okay.
What was
What?
Prince's song?
Which one?
Yes.
Let's Go Crazy.
I used to do Me Baby. But you
Oh.
can't do that.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I used to sing that one when I was playing down in Kankakee at the local bars.
I gotta hear that. I gotta hear you do
Oh God.
that.
I don't even know if I can sing that anymore.
Oh
I used to get
man,
a reaction and a half off of that.
I can believe
Purple
it.
Rain, that's it.
Purple Rain,
Yeah,
Purple
let you
Rain.
do the
Yeah.
guitar
Yeah.
interlude in there.
You want
Yeah.
me
I'd like
to
to see
I'd have to learn that.
Okay.
I know how to play it. It's just that I'd have to
Uh-huh.
listen to the lead.
Okay, I'm holding you to it because I want to hear it. I want to hear
Which
it.
one?
The lead, the lead.
Do Me
Purple
Baby?
Rain. No, well that too. Yeah,
Oh.
that too. I want to hear that too with Purple Rain too.
Mhm.
So.
Okay. We'll do that. The only part I meant is that little high part.
Oh, that would be
Mhm.
okay.
That part. Yeah.
Oh, I really
Yeah,
want
I
to
know.
hear that. Oh, so let's keep this train moving. So here comes Marcus, and we can ask him a question. We'll get
After we ask you, don't try to skip out.
Yeah.
Who
We
skipped
asked her a
out?
question. Remember? Because I asked her who she bring to dinner. We already know.
Yeah, see, ha ha
See, that
ha.
was easy. Okay, besides Andre Crouch.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord,
there
besides
you go.
Andre Crouch, what musician would I? Oh, okay. See, he's on my brain. Oh, let's see, who would I
We
think
know. Little
about?
crotches running around.
Okay, another person that okay, Leontine Price.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, she is the diva of divas. She is actually the true epitome of a diva, not one that throws a tantrum or anything, but one that celebrates others' accomplishments, and she knows how good she is, but she has a humbleness and a modesty about her. And I had a friend that when she was in her prime in concert, and he brought a dozen roses. and he knelt before her after the concert. They had a meet and greet afterwards, and he kneeled and he raised the roses to her and he said, "Diva," and he said, she looked at him and said, "Boy, get up off your knees." And
Yeah,
so-
she did.
he said she was just the most down to earth person.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I've always thought magnificent voice, magnificent woman, magnificent stage presence. I saw her, I wanted watching a PBS special where she reprised her role in Aida. And it was the last time, and I mean, the applause was just deafening. It was amazing. She's just an amazing woman. So I have a question for you. Is there a song that every time you hear it, it deeply affects you?
Oh,
Mm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of songs that do.
Yeah. Okay.
One song is this song named "Wandering." It's by this group, this New Zealand group named Another Rap Band.
Oh, okay.
So, and they basically sing how time goes on, and you know, you're so busy worried about the time that's going on to you know, you see time passing by, you know, and you wondering what you did with that time,
Oh, wow.
and you know, you got all these memories and pictures in your
Oh,
head.
they've been out.
Uh-huh.
This song has been out since 2014.
I gotta listen to
Yeah,
that.
who is this again?
It's a rap group named another average rap band.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have to listen
Yeah, I
to
would
it
love to hear
because
that. Yeah.
we released Wandering back in '79.
Mhm.
Oh really?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely play it for you. It's one of my
Okay.
it's one of the many songs, but that's you know if I got a gun to my head, that's just the first song that came
Oh,
up.
okay. But that's a deep answer though. That's a deep answer.
And next up, question 2 for
Oh.
Norman.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, this is 3.
Yeah, that's question 3.
Question 3 for Norman. Okay.
Yeah.
Who would be in your ultimate supergroup, living or dead? Oh,
Yeah.
ultimate supergroup, living or
Ultimate
dead.
supergroup, living
Oh,
or
man.
dead. Who
You
would
get
be
to play
in it?
fantasy football with
Yes.
musicians.
And see, mine would
Right.
consist all of Andre Crouch, so it just would make sense. Okay, go ahead.
How many members of that band would be first of all?
Yeah, how many members?
Big bang.
I'm a very big fan. See, I would just be the one. I didn't have to. I would play nothing. I wouldn't even have to direct. I'd just be saying, "Okay, I'm the band leader." I'm
You're the
just
band
watching.
leader.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Almost like Duke Ellington.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Be like Duke Ellington.
Well, not a hard part. Who's in it?
Yeah. So who is
Right.
in it? Who would? Okay, let's make it easy. You have to narrow it down to 5 people, or does that make it harder?
That makes it
It makes
harder.
it harder.
That makes it harder.
Okay.
Go on and build the
Go
orchestra.
and just go ahead and build more.
Fantasy.
Build them, make
Okay,
it work.
how about this? Do 5 people for today, in this moment today, because tomorrow might be a whole new 5.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, okay.
That's a good way to look
Okay.
at it. Yeah.
So this is 5 people.
Living or dead, no matter what the era, you can pull in. They can be a whatever singer, whatever instruments, just go for it.
On May 14th, 2019, you're choosing.
Yes. The superstars of the ultimate, what you feel is the ultimate superstar group.
I can't think of this guy's name.
Okay, give us
What does he
some.
play? He
yeah.
plays piano.
Okay. That narrows it down.
Sort of like I'm not. I don't think it was Fats Domino,
Oh,
but it
okay.
was one of the guys around in that era.
Okay.
This guy.
Amon Jamal?
That's a younger.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
guy, I mean, I only saw a video of him playing once,
Oh.
and his fingers.
UB
were
Blake? Were his fingers really, really long?
No, UB Blake is old guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
He's
older.
90 something.
If he's still around, he's got to be
Yeah,
120.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, this guy, I'm sure he's dead because this was back in the time, way back.
okay.
And he was playing. I mean, and I'm watching him, as a show. He didn't hit a wrong note,
Wow.
and his fingers were flying, just going
Ah, see, now I have to look this
just
up.
going over, and
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. And I was sort of mesmerized for quite a while just watching him. I
Uh-huh.
couldn't move, I couldn't even blink, but just to watch this type of artistry. Now I could play that fast, but it was just that probably only 2 of the notes would be right.
Okay. So who else?
That's one.
I like the voice of Etta James.
Yes.
So she'd be one.
Okay.
And then Aretha Franklin,
Yeah.
because she could do it all too. She
Play
could do her
and
little thing and play, and then she could blend.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be that they'd be fighting each other,
Right.
as they're singing.
So both of them will be the lead, depending on the song. Okay.
Okay. So you have your guy that plays great piano, and you have two singers. Is that it?
Then let's see. I need a bass,
Mhm.
guitars. I don't know people about bass guitars. I'd have Albert as a bass guitarist.
There you go. Part of Supergroup. That's what I'm talking
If I'm
about.
gonna do that, I'd have Clarence Boykin. He's a bass player that played down at the church in Hyde Park, and he's about 80-something now, and he still plays his ring.
Oh wow.
Right now, he plays upright bass.
Oh wow.
It's
Ooh.
beautiful.
Cool.
He plays beautiful. I'm
Awesome.
thinking I'm gonna call him and tell him about this.
Well, is there anybody else, or is that it for you? You got a pianist, you got a bass player, you got two singers, two dynamite, amazing
No horn
singers.
players?
No horns.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay,
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of sums up. So, what would you call this super group, this ultimate group? What would be the name? Got a bunch of musicians together. Want to hear them? Here it goes. Okay. Okay.
The Uncontestables.
Ooh, that's okay. That's good.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Nobody could touch us.
Got
Oh,
that?
I like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. And actually, we're about ready to wrap this up anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You get ready to wrap it up.
Okay.
What you got?
This is number 3.
I know this
3,
one.
4.
4.
What movie do you think has the best soundtrack?
Oh, no. I would get that question. And it's very easy for once. I
Okay.
hated movies with a bunch of singing in them when I was a
And you-
kid.
Oh,
And as
okay.
I got older,
Uh-huh.
I started listening because I had to play all this stuff.
Uh-huh.
And when I saw the movie, I said, wow.
Okay. Let me see if it's what we're thinking.
Super simple. Sound of Music. That's
Oh
simple.
man, the
Yeah.
Sound of Music was
Sound of
great.
Music, yeah.
The Sound of Music.
I like Disney's music, but Sound of Music was fantastic.
Sound of Music was fantastic. I must
do
have.
not care for musicals.
I know.
I don't
I do.
either. But I love
I
that. I
love
still
them.
watch that.
I watched that when I was in 8th grade. They took our 8th grade class. Went to go.
Mhm.
We saw Sound of Music.
It's
I'm
a
like,
torture.
Sound of
Right.
Music? What the heck is this?
Uh-huh.
Would Superfly or Shaft be in your top?
Oh, as far as R&B, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool.
Shaft
I'm thinking
alone
Musical.
holds.
But Shaft, yeah.
Yeah, but as far as music singular,
Mhm.
Shaft is. Oh yeah, that is the. There's quite a few
All the
I like,
people.
but Shaft is one of them. Of course, Andre Crouch is in that list, but we shall move on. So. Okay.
No comment. You are sick. Anyway, Carla, since you're doing this,
Uh-huh,
if you could name
uh-huh.
your child or pet after a famous song or musician, what would you name and why?
Let's guess. Ooh.
No. What's the name of your dog?
The name of my dog his name is Jason James.
See.
JJ for short.
Name Andre.
But you know what? No, the only reason why his name is that because no,
Supposed to be her dog originally.
Oh,
it wasn't my dog originally. So
Okay.
you know, yeah. So yeah, Andre would be a great name for a
You
dog.
can call me JJ. You can call me
I-
JJ. You can call me
I-
JJ. You can call me.
Yeah, I could call him AC for short. Yeah, Andre would have been a great name for him. That would have been great. Here, Andre. Come here, Andre. This is a good boy. This is a good boy.
Yeah, I can hear that.
You see a pattern develop.
You notice? Get the jacket. I'm sorry.
So, well, the last. We had.
Pause.
Okay, we're back. We're back. We had technical difficulties.
That works.
Okay, the last question. What group, song, or musician is a guilty pleasure to listen to?
Oh, can I?
You
can
get to
I
go
ask-
first.
Can I? Because I.
Okay, come back to me. Okay.
Norman?
Okay, Norman.
But I know who I'm listening to.
I know who I'm listening to.
Can I pass to?
Okay, we're coming back to you guys,
Okay.
Albert.
Okay, well, see, it's simple for me because everybody laugh when I tell them. I say, "Oh man, that's my guy, Biggie Small." Check him out. They go, "What?" You listen to Biggie? I said, "That's my boy. He told the truth." They said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Trust me. I was raised in the hood, and I understand everything he's talking about because I've seen those people. I grew up with him. And I understand what he said."
Okay.
Thank God I had a mother that wouldn't let me associate that much with those people.
See, there you go. See?
That's my guilty pleasure.
See?
I love Biggie Small.
Oh, see,
He's a lyricist too.
I
He
know.
plays with words really well.
Him and Tupac. I
Yeah,
like Tupac
just,
too,
yeah.
but I like Biggie better.
Oh, see, what is? I have a few guilty pleasures,
That's no.
but but the one that nobody probably knows is Barry White.
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
on the,
Never heard of him.
Hey girl, yeah, I like the deep voice,
Yeah.
and and the song. I mean, it's just
Oh,
pretty
so that's
basic.
why you wanted to sing with Al, huh? I know. I thought he
My
was very
first, yeah. Okay, that's all we can say about that song. But I mean, I just it's just kind of like you just imagine not only him singing, but like if he come into your house one day, you go,
Oh,
would
yeah.
you like something to drink? Hey girl,
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see what you got. I don't know. It's so that's my guilty pleasure. What's yours?
So this is not a guilty pleasure at all. I'm not ashamed of it, really, but I found myself having to kind of hide it as a kid.
Okay.
Like I just wouldn't talk about it as much because people. I don't think people was open minded, but I still do love Huey Lewis and the News.
I love Huey Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
I like
Huey
him.
Lewis and
I
the News fan.
really
Yeah.
love but
Yeah.
just nothing I can really. I didn't feel like I can talk about with my
I got you.
kids.
No,
So-
yeah, at the age, I get that. I get that. But I love you. I love you. Listen to the news. Yeah, I love the stuff. So did you, Albert? We already gave everything.
Yeah, it's your turn,
So,
Norbert. I don't know
What
why.
did yours?
Yes.
I did.
Wow. Where did
Biggie
you
Smalls.
go?
I'm trying to think of something.
He's still thinking. See,
Guilty
most-
Yeah. Shania Twain. Oh, okay.
Yeah, for real.
See, I love country western music.
I love country. Yeah. I was a big
Actually, I'm
fan.
a freak for all of it because I really listen to it.
Do you guys like that new country song that the rap kid did?
Yes,
Oh,
I
I
love
love
that. I keep
Love
quoting the lyrics wrong, but I love it.
Yeah.
And the big debate is, which will be a good topic for another show,
Yeah.
is the fact that country, they don't want to recognize it as a country song. And it's a country song. I don't care which way you get it, especially the way it's written and everything, and the sound and all that stuff. And then Billy Ray Cyrus went and recorded along to make it even more of a country song. And they're like,
Okay.
it's still not a country song.
So what's it supposed to be, in their estimation?
A rap
A
song.
rap song by a black guy that if a white guy had done it and a rap, they would thought it was amazing and would have made it a country song.
See, I thought it was a rap song.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was a rap.
With the country
I thought it was a
flair.
rap parody of a country song.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But he
Like
really,
Weird
really
Al.
meant it as a country
Yeah.
song. Then
Yeah.
I'll take him at his word.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
oh, you're not playing with this. You
Yeah.
really meant it.
And
Like
that's what
Darius
came
Rucker.
off to me.
Darius
like
Rucker,
Darius Rucker.
transferred over.
Well, I feel, and don't extend any nasty comments, but I kind of feel that country music likes to recognize only one black guy at a time. And so you had Charlie
I never thought
Pride.
of that.
Yeah, you had Charlie Pride. Because Cowboy Troy to me doesn't
Ray
rank for
Charles
me.
did real good.
Ray Charles did real good, but Ray Charles was coming from another genre, and they just loved Ray, and they accepted him and
Yeah.
all stuff. But somebody that truly was, you could say, okay, he epitomizes country music. And actually, the reason why Charlie Pride got as far as he did, they thought Charlie Pride was a white guy.
Yeah,
And then they're like, oh, wow, Charlie Pride's a black guy. But it was too late. He was already ensconced in there. Darius Rucker, they let him in. And they're like, okay, so we got two black guys, and that's it, people. And then, Darius Rucker later on, maybe another couple of decades, we'll put another black guy in there. That's kind of how I look at it. I could be wrong.
That's weird because in hip hop, that's how they treat women.
Yeah.
You can only be
Yeah.
one
It only be
woman
one.
at a time.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
the group of women. If it's
Uh-huh.
a lot of them, then it's like what is this rap still?
Exactly.
They'll even question it, which is weird.
Yeah. And
What hip hop amazes me is that the way that they down women, the women still listen to that and love that.
yeah.
But it is our everyday culture. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not saying
Back to that.
it can change,
Yeah.
but like this stuff is happening on the street, so rap didn't create it.
Yeah.
either.
right.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
it's sort of like we kind of like settle into some type of mentality that is set there to program us
Mm-hmm.
into accepting, you know,
Right.
rather than say, okay, like, you know, to call them bees and everything like that, stand up and say, that's not me. I'm
Right.
not one of those.
Right.
My little daughter's not one of those. Don't refer to her, to one of that. I am a woman. I am to be respected and adored and things like that. Then just go ahead and say, okay, hey, you bee, you know, they call each other the B word and everything like that. And it's focused in, you know, it's sort of like, okay, we're pushing this image on you and you say, okay, we'll accept it. Like,
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was thinking like the old Step and Fetch It movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same type of stereotype.
Yeah.
Stereotype.
But see, for Stephen Fetchit, I will say with him, in that era and that time, he actually suffered a lot of indignities to be that bridge for others to cross over. So he kind of endured that indignity, which was unfair. But that's kind of how it was. But by him enduring that indignity, we were able to rise up to have our Sidney Poitiers, who was pigeonholed, to move on to our Denzel Washingtons and you know, and all of our, you know, Chadwick Bosemans and all that kind of stuff. So him, he gets a hard pass with me on that, you know.
Yeah, then you, I'm sorry.
No, be okay.
Now I was wondering because so are you are you saying that you will want them to challenge themselves to change the narrative, or do you want to change the person telling the story? You don't want the person telling that type of story.
No, I think that you could tell the story. You know, I admire them for the story that they're telling. But you don't bring down your own, you know, to get the story told. You can say, okay, this happens, this is bad, this is something like this, this is what we go through, this is what we have to deal with. But we arise.
Yeah.
We're rising above that, you know. We don't look at each other as that. We shouldn't accept that, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
A woman shouldn't say that I'm not a B.
Yeah, exactly. When Jamon is writing his stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a B. I am a woman, you know. I am the mother of, you know, your children or, you know, something to that effect. All the stereotypes, you know, like I said, I've noticed that when they bring them out and start pushing them on us, rather than stand up and say, hey, no, that's not me. We're not accepting this, you know. This is making us look like we're far less. But no, we become settlers.
Yeah.
We settle for whatever's pushed our way, especially if there's this idea we can get some money out of it.
That's what I was about to zero in on. You know, it's a standardized formula. You know, it's a standardized formula. It's a standardized money making formula.
So then we got the corporations to really
exactly. You got the corporations to contend
letting
with.
that come out on the airway.
But see, the thing about it though is we still have all that backwards too. The corporations say, okay, we're going to give you this and you're going to accept it. You know, tell them no. The thing about it is we spend more money than any group out there. It is our money that funds these corporations and things like that. All we got to do is say no. Hands in the pocket. Hands are not coming out of the pocket until you change that.
Yeah.
They'll start changing like that.
So what about the stuff that is good that we don't support, like this type of rap that does
I agree.
have that nuance that we just
and that's generally what happens, and that's generally why people go to the lesser. You know, go ahead.
It's because that was put upon us first.
Right. But don't we have like if we are supposed to stop rapping about it, should we as fans and critics, should we stop demanding? Like, should we just not pay that any attention? Should we all come together and say, hey, we're not paying that attention, that's a distraction?
And we're going to elevate this art. Because the interesting part about it is, and I know it's going to sound like a wacky thing that I'm coming with, but I'm going to circle back around to the point. It's like Beanie Babies. Back then, because people gave it was of no value until somebody gave it value, and then people started raising price on it. One girl paid for college with a Beanie Baby sale, and then once people said, "Hey, this isn't of value to us anymore," it died out. So if people are not, and so circling back to the point, if people would not give this value, and and it would die out, and if something else would come up and they say, hey, we want this stuff that elevates our people or elevates whatever, it would change. Because rap music was supposed to be about reality and whatnot, and not really denigrating anybody.
So like
But
a
so it
protest
wasn't,
type.
yeah, like a protest
This
type
is what
thing.
we go through. We're protesting this.
Yeah.
It should not have to be like
Exactly.
that. And it started out like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like I said, then they come in and they start giving ideas of saying, okay, we want this image. We want this very bad boy image. And for the bad boy image means that you disrespect one another.
Mm-hmm.
You don't support one another.
Mm-hmm.
The females in your life, you treat them like dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And everything like that. So your whole thing is, getting high or drunk or
Or the
whatever it is.
women, or the big
Screwing
butts,
everybody inside,
yeah.
and
Or how much I own, or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
I don't. That's one of the reasons why I don't like rap music as it is.
Mhm.
But in some of the songs that I've heard, I've never heard one of them really praise one another. Say, look at what we are. We are
Yeah.
this. We can do this.
Right.
If we get ourselves together, if we come together and work together,
Mhm.
we're right down here. We can be right up here. But
Okay.
instead, it's better to sit back and talk about my honey and get between the legs and all this other sort of stuff,
Okay.
and then talk about spending money
Mhm.
on this and that, which is not necessary either. Rather
Okay.
than exercising the brain powers that we have
Uh-huh.
to really make that change that
Exactly.
these songs are talking about.
Okay, well,
Can
go
I
ahead.
can I ask one more question for
Go ahead.
everybody?
Uh-huh.
If we can't, who should be in charge of telling those stories then? Because that form of writing and like derogatory, like Millie Jackson,
Yeah.
the cursing rap, all that,
Yeah.
or even stories with
Mhm.
what they call women or men that's promiscuous or whatever.
Yeah.
Who
Oh, there's a lot of words. Okay.
who gets to tell those stories, or what happens to that whole genre? Do we just push it underground?
See, my thing is
It
you
used
can.
to be on the-
Yeah, but my thing is you can tell the story. You know what? It's like it's like a minister
Mhm.
that ministers about all the horrible things, all the crappy things going on. Well, by the time you sum this up, I need some hope. I need some light. I need some something.
Mhm.
So if you're gonna do that, give some hope, some light, some something at the end of this song. That can't be all there is.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's interesting. I have
Mhm.
no comment. But in the meantime, we have to get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It's that
Yeah.
time. So we're
Yeah,
going
we-
to continue
yeah.
this, and if you have any other questions,
Mhm.
when you subscribe to the C Group podcast, put a question in there to us.
Yeah.
You know,
And also comment on this. How do you feel about rap music? Do you agree with some of the things that were said? Do you disagree? Let us know in the comments section. And again, I cannot stress enough. We like you guys. Like us.
Yeah.
Comment and subscribe. Come on.
Please, please.
Please,
Yes.
please. Oh, okay, I
That's
would
a
say, but
Beatles
that
song.
song is copywritten and we're
That's a
going
Beatles
to let that go.
I was
So-
thinking of the James Brown song.
oh yeah, that's a different. That's a different. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that one. That's a good one too. Please, please
So,
do.
have some discussions among your friends about this, and thank you for joining us. And as we like to end all our broadcasts with, plant a seed and watch it grow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Yay!